Hi, I'm Jessica Cohn, Health Wellness Program Coordinator for Portland Fire and Rescue. Today we're going to do a back rehabilitation program. All you need equipment-wise is a peanut. So you can get 2 lacrosse balls or 2 tennis balls. You can tape them together, or you can even just put them in a sock. If you only have one ball, that's fine. We can go over what you can do for that. You can also use a foam roller for these exercises. So we're going to put that to the side for now. Each station is about 30 seconds. You're going to start on your back with your feet on the floor, legs bent. Arms out in a T position, palms down. We're just going to twist our knees side to side, keeping our feet together, allowing our foot to stack over the other as we twist. Only twisting as far as we can, keeping our shoulder and hands down on the ground. And this is just to kind of get the blood flowing to that lower back. Now what you're going to do is the same thing, but let your top leg come up a little bit higher with a 90-degree bend. So you just twist side to side, bringing that knee up a little further, pulling it into you, but trying to keep it low towards the ground. We're here for 30 seconds, and then we'll progress to another exercise. Now you're going to kick the legs straight. So you go side to side, kicking the legs straight. If your hamstrings are on the tighter side, just go as straight as you can, kicking side to side. Next exercise, I'm going to keep my feet flat, legs bent. I'm going to straighten one leg up, stretching out the hamstring, and then the other. You don't need to pull the leg in very close to you, just get the leg as straight as you can. Even if it's a little further out, that's where your range of motion is for your hamstring. Squeeze your quad, try to keep the foot nice and flat, so flex it by bringing that toe towards you. So you also work into stretching out your calf. Now I'm going to hold one leg up. We're going to do our iron cross stretch on one side. I like to keep this other leg bent as I twist to this one side. We'll go 30 seconds on this side, keeping the leg straight as you can. If you need to bend it a little bit, you can, that's fine. We just want to work towards getting that leg as straight as we're able. Once we have 30 seconds on that side, we'll go 30 seconds on the other. And now we have 2 more twisting exercises. Start with both legs bent. The other foot is going to, or one foot is going to come to the opposite side of the other knee, keeping your knees in line, and then just twist nice and easy side to side, keeping your shoulders and palms down flat on the ground. We'll go 30 seconds and then switch what foot is on the ground and what foot is up on the knee. So go ahead and switch, other side. And these are also really good static stretches to do later. We won't have time for that today, but keep that in mind. We're keeping it dynamic, good way to warm up or even cool down a little bit after a workout. But after your workout, it is even better to hold these stretches for 1 minute to 2 minutes per side. All right, we're gonna flip over to our stomach to a Superman position. All you're gonna focus on first is just lifting the legs. So we're gonna go forehead down to our hands, point your toes, squeeze your quads, and just lift your legs up and down as high as you can, keeping your legs nice and straight. And relax. Now arms up in a Y position, so with the arms straight, you can even go to T. Put your feet down, lift your arms up and down as straight as you can, as narrow as you can. Keeping chest and head close to the ground. So I'm just lifting the arms. I'm not trying to lift my chest up. Now, go ahead and place your arms and feet down a little bit wider for both, kind of that Y position for your arms. Lift one arm, one leg, and then lift the other arm, the other leg. Touching the ground to rest one side as you lift the other side. And now we're going to go to our reverse snow angels. We're going to go really wide, bringing the hands by the side, legs wide, and then go back narrow together. Continuing to focus on chest low to the ground, head close to the ground. I'm focusing on reaching my limbs and lifting them as high as I can. Now you're going to come up to a pigeon stretch, but we're going to bring that leg in. We're going to keep this dynamic. So you're going to walk towards your foot, nice and easy, and then walk towards the hip. And then go ahead and lift back up and switch sides. I walk towards one side, and then I walk towards the other. And then lift back up and switch. Nice and easy as you settle in. And good. Now stay on one side and try to get a little bit lower. And same idea. Walk side to side, really reaching those arms. So you're looking towards your hip, and then you walk to the other side, pulling yourself towards that foot, and then back towards the hip. And let's lift back up, switch sides. Same idea. Go side to side. If as I'm able to get lower, I'll leave, my left leg is forward, I'll reach my left arm up and over when I'm going towards the foot, and then I'll reach my opposite hand, my right arm here, as I look towards the hip. And good, let's go to a wider knee child's pose. Similar idea we were just doing, you're gonna walk over to one side, reaching as far as you can, walk over to the other side. After this, we're going to do a few plank exercises, and then we're going to do some self-myofascial release with our lacrosse ball. So let's go to an elbow plank just for 30 seconds. A good goal though on your planks is to be able to hold 2 minutes or longer. If I have someone that can't hold a plank for 2 minutes or longer, that is a big task that I give them to work on because it's an indication of a weaker midline. So we really want to work on being able to hold a plank with good form. So focus on shoulder right over the elbow, trying to keep the hands wider so everything's nice in a 90-degree bend in line, pulling that belly button in, squeezing your booty, and being able to hold nice and flat without any lower back or any type of bad pain. You might have that muscular pain that's uncomfortable. That's how we build that muscular strength though. So now quick little rest. And now you're gonna go to a bent arm plank with an alternating straight leg lift. Similar to what we were working on in that prone Superman position where we were just lifting our legs and alternating. Try to just lift the heel about hip height, legs straight as you can. Don't need to go any higher. Try not to lift too high and arch in your back. You're just going side to side. And good, we're gonna go to our side planks. I want you to hold 30 seconds per side. This is one you wanna continually work on. If you struggle to do this and you're low and you have a hard time lifting that hip and keeping everything in line, make sure to work on this along with your planks, your regular planks. We wanna work on the strength on the sides so that we can help protect our back. Once you get 30 seconds, go the other side. I always encourage being able to hold for a minute or longer with correct form in that side plank position. So if that is too much for you today, that's okay. It's just something to work towards over time. About 20 more seconds, then we're gonna grab our lacrosse ball and roll our lower back out, and then we'll be done. Focus on belly button in, squeeze your booty. And good, go ahead and relax. So grab out the peanut if you have that, or if you just have one ball, that's fine, we'll just do one side. And you can also do this on your foam roller. So now, place the lacrosse ball right in your lower back, and just very easy lay back to it with your feet on the ground, pushing in to the ball here. So if this is just plenty and you just even kind of, you don't need to roll fast, just really push in and knead your muscle into the ball. And you can just stay here. And you can work towards finding other locations to push into. Sometimes what I'll do is push down and I'll lean to one side or the other. So I have 2 tennis balls to tape together here, which actually for me, I need to dig in a little deeper. I would prefer 2 lacrosse balls. If you're using lacrosse balls and it's too intense, go to the tennis balls as a softer option or the foam roller. Now stay here if this is plenty for you. If you think you can add a little bit of movement in, just grab one knee in and then alternate with the other. Nice and easy. You want the discomfort level to be about a 4 to 6 of like a self-massage feeling. If it's more intense than that, then you need to go to a softer option or modify what you're doing. Maybe you just lay on it. So then another option here, feet together, knees together, just go side to side, nice and easy. You don't have to go very far. And just kind of twist along, pushing into different spots and different angles on that ball. And when I'm digging into the lower back, a lot of times I'll feel the tension radiate to the front. It's because your hip flexors originate in your lower spine, or some of them. So that's where you'll feel that kind of radiating feel. That's why it's really important to also stretch out your hip flexors, which can help relieve back pain and knee pain. And last thing we have is your iron cross stretch for today. So we're gonna keep the leg bent. You're gonna go one leg straight, arms to T position. We're gonna cross that leg over and hold. So a few options here to help you hold the leg. You can be a little bit bent is grab the calf or behind the knee and just kind of hold your leg here in position. If it needs to be bent, you can pull that knee up and into you. The more important thing of this stretch is the opposite shoulder over here on this side is on the ground and the arm is flat on the ground. I want to not try to twist further and lift up that arm because I'm taking away from stretching my thoracic spine, which is the middle of your back. A tight thoracic spine can sometimes lead to lower back pain because if your twisting ability in your thoracic spine is tight, your lower back will compensate for that immobility, leading to lower back pain. So that's why this is a good warm-up option when you're dynamic, moving side to side, and then perform this stretch where you hold for 1 minute to 2 minutes per side. The other option I'll do is go up against a wall, or I'll use like a squat rack to hold my foot or leg in this position. Once you've been here for about 1 minute to 2 minutes, go ahead and you can switch sides. And we want to hold those stretches longer once we have blood flow to that area and we've warmed it up so that we can really help elongate those muscles. And the difference with the SMR, the self-myofascial release with the lacrosse ball or foam roller versus the stretching is that when I'm using the ball or foam roller, I'm digging into that muscle, digging into those knots to help them loosen. And then when I'm stretching that muscle out. So if you have knots in your muscle, it's really good to dig in to those knots with the foam roller or lacrosse ball, get them to loosen up, and then stretch. All right, once you've held that about 1 to 2 minutes, you are done. And that is it for your lower back rehabilitation program.